Yeah, beyond that, I'm back. Here. I don't know if you want to see these or not. Um, down there. This was the motion I filed. I don't know if you want to look over the stuff in here or not. Uh,
Is that what went to the?
that's what's going to the Fourth Circuit. I got to make 2 more copies of it. There were 2 issues I brought up that wasn't included in my original issue that have been resolved. And that right there is just me quoting you other higher court rulings talking about the purpose of 18 USC 927. That was Congress's intent not to preempt state law. That gets into my 3 defenses.
How long did it take you to put all this together?
I had plenty of time. I was locked up in jail for 5 months. Everything else was just pieces of evidence that I put in the original motion. The hardest part was sitting there and finding the stuff and typing it in, quoting from the transcripts directly.
Truth or guilty?
Yeah, he claimed the national background check didn't include anything to do with mental health. Well, then in that case, how come it bars anyone with 924G? And that does involve mental health, right? I mean,
where's he from? Up around Backwood?
No, he's from right now. I've got a copy of the police report in there. He stopped me with the gun, ran another background check on me, and gave it back because nothing turned up. So I went through 2 background checks for this gun, basically. And then the next day, Agent Bullard, oh no.
What's his first name?
Gilchrist? I don't know.
Gilchrist.
Yeah, I don't know.
His name's come up in here before. I don't know the guy personally.
He seemed nice enough and all right. I mean, I ain't really got nothing against him except for this. And from all the evidence, it looks like.
Well, it sounds like he didn't do you any harm. He's done a background check and gave you your gun back.
Yeah, but then the next day he turns around and arrests me on state charges, saying that I was prohibited from owning a firearm. And he got that from Agent Bullard.
Gotcha.
Now, here's the problem. The only reason the feds got involved was because the state picked up the case first. But under state law, I wasn't prohibited from owning a gun. Even if my commitment would have been legal, I wouldn't have been prohibited from owning a gun. I even quote that in there under state law.
I got it here where you said it, you know.
Yeah, well, if you look, I quote, I quoted in there. In fact, there's a list in the back where I quote the codes. In fact, someone's listed down there where they're supposed to have a state mental health registry. That was easy to do. That was just copy and paste off the internet. So if they're supposed to have a state mental health registry, and the law is I have to go through the final commitment process to put on the state mental health registry, and the law is the state mental health registry is supposed to go to the NICS system, and I wasn't on it, then how come I wasn't allowed to testify to any of this stuff? And under 18 USC 927, federal law doesn't preempt state law unless there's a clear and positive conflict. I looked up the definitions. A clear conflict is a conflict that says the two can't work together.
Okay, how did he, right here you talking about he gave a false testimony.
Yes.
What did he?
He said that the NICS doesn't include any mental health issues, but it does. NICS prohibits has anyone listed who is prohibited under 922G or N. I'm charged with 922G4.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because of being put to a mental health hospital. That's a lie. That right there under Bigelow and Brady's enough to overturn the case. They give me a new trial. But then if we give me a new trial because of what he said and talk about the law, we still got to get into the fact that under 927, we got to include state law. State law set up to report to the next background system. It's set up to coincide with the Brady federal law and the Brady Act. So if all this is supposed to coincide and the state legislator even said that's the purpose of what they did, I leave them no wiggle room.
Yeah.
And then they quit quoting his code as what he said as if that was something like somehow I'm not supposed to be on NICS because I was committed to a mental hospital. That's a lie. State law says otherwise. Federal law says otherwise. that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's not even going into the fact that I got transcripts in there that prove that well, it doesn't prove, but it shows an appearance that Magistrate Abelhausen and David Bungard conspired to conceal the habeas corpus. There's a copy of the habeas corpus in there.
See, I'm reading it right now.
Oh no, that's not even on the habeas. That's about it, but yeah, it's not even all the way on the habeas corpus. And I got all the quotes and stuff, case law and stuff quoted in there towards the end, except for I quoted directly.
Well, you have a law library or something you used in prison to do this?
Carter County, Kentucky. The Carter County, Kentucky jail has a kiosk. That kiosk stays on 24/7, and there's a law library app on the kiosk.
Okay.
So I looked up some stuff from that, and then everything else was just stuff I quoted from earlier work, like the McQuiggins versus Perkins thing about actual innocence not being a bar. And yeah, even at my initial appearance, they even knew that I was suing the state because they violated state law to commit me. They even testified to it. Agent G even testified to it. Or as I like to call her, Agent Eye Candy. She's a beautiful woman, but the only reason to have her in there is because most guys, to be honest about it, most guys are fucking idiots. And they'll look at a pretty girl and be like, oh, I'll go with whatever she says just because of the fantasy of the chance you might have a chance at her. Which says something really bad about men in general. Now, my question is, where I accuse the state police, specifically Duckworth, and a few others of being involved in trial trafficking in that habeas corpus.
Now, who's Duckworth?
That was the cop that I originally had that I supposedly made a terrorist threats against.
Okay.
Which I didn't make a terrorist threat. I wish they would have taken it to court.
Was he a state trooper? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. He was also on that country band, that local country band, Taylor Made. He looked like the guy that wanted to fuck Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse.
Happy Bob versus Happy.
Yeah,
most of those guys, they take care of themselves. They're pretty tough dudes.
okay. Look,
now, did they charge you with assault on a cop?
They charged him with battery.
Battery.
According to the deputy sheriff's testimony, I hit the motherfucker so hard I knocked the screen off the monitor off the wall.
Now, which one did you hit?
Duckworth.
Duckworth.
This was back in 2006. Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Were you out of it or just defending yourself?
Defending myself. This motherfucker walks in the room with being my public defender. My public defender would not let my mom in the room, said it violated attorney-client confidentiality. My mom studied to be a paralegal, so she was like, it's a setup, watch out for it, be careful. And so I had that in mind. Me and my lawyer argued for an hour and 45 minutes as to whether or not I was going to take a plea bargain. Because I refused. He wouldn't do anything but me take a plea bargain, and I don't need you. Kick rocks. Well, you can't go in there and tell the magistrate you don't want to do attorney. Can't give me bullshit. And Duckworth walks into the room and goes, he going to do the thing. If he doesn't do the thing, we'll do the other thing and press the additional charges. Now, I found out the additional charges was the stuff with Ashley. That was the original delinquency case. I asked him to leave the room. I asked him what thing and what additional charges. He says, I don't know. You got to ask the cop. You got to ask your lawyer. Look at my lawyer. He says, I don't know. You got to ask the cop. So at this point, I asked Duckworth to leave. Because I was about that close to putting my hands on my attorney. And what the fuck are you talking about? Instead, Duckworth just stands there and smiles at me. So I stood up. And I was like, look, if you're not going to leave the room, then please move so I can leave the room. Because I'm going to get the magistrate. He pushes me back into the chair, shuts the door behind him, puts his arm on his hand on my shoulder, presses his stomach against my windpipe, puts his hand on his gun, and goes, now listen here, Mr. Cowan. Before he finished my name, I came out of that chair. I hit him. I managed to hit him 3 times before he took me to the ground, and then I guess he thinks they don't teach Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Didn't know they teach Brazilian jiu-jitsu for hand-to-hand combat in the army at the time. So he took me to the ground and found out I knew how to fight on the ground. And all in all, he tried pulling his gun on me like multiple times. I'm taking the first time when he put his hand on his gun as one of those attempts. Uh, and he tried doing it once when we was on the ground. I pinned his arm behind his back. Ended up with my thumb in his eye, slamming his head into the side of the floor when they opened the door on me. I'd just gotten on top of him and had still had his arm pinned up underneath us. Uh, and they opened the door, and when I heard the deputies running down the hallway, right before they opened the door, I rolled over, but I already had my legs wrapped around his waist so he couldn't get to the gun. I had a Beckley cop on my right arm, another deputy on my left arm, and another deputy threatening to base me.
Mm.
The one on my left arm was like, "Are you done yet?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." So they take me out, put me in the holding cell, and before they take me, while they got me in the holding cell, they pull me out, do my little arraignment for whooping old Duckworth's ass. I was in front of Magistrate Humphreys, and which I was supposed to have my hearing in front of him, and I'm in there filling out bond paperwork. And Duckworth's in there like, "Oh, I think he needs to get the max." Humphreys looks at him and says, "Yeah, and why exactly were you in that room again, True?" Duckworth just walked on out. Fucking Humphreys looked at me and smiled. I wanted to file a complaint on Duckworth right then and there, but he wouldn't let me do it. You know, in hindsight, he was kind of protecting me, but it didn't matter. I had a bullshit ass hearing the whole way. Anyways, by the time we got to trial, that's when Ashley, I mentioned this in the habeas corpus. You seen the mention about a case number something map 4H. Um, that was the delinquency hearing where Ashley said, where they got up there and tried to make it sound like I tried to rape her, and they got her to say that she thought I was going to rape her, and then my attorney asked her if she always felt that way, and she said not until my mom, the cop, and the prosecutor made me.
Ooh.
And the cop was Duckworth, who's friends with her family. The whole thing was a setup from the get go. Them dropping her off at the mall and everything. This girl was talking about she needed help, and I was trying to help her, and she like I basically fucking her daddy's a rat for the cops, and I mean you're talking about families of pedophilia, generational incest, and all that shit, but the cops are letting it go on, so they can go out there and sling dope and fucking set people up and all this other shit and be their informants, which makes absolutely no sense to me. So, not unless the cops are in there doing it too. And like, if you notice, they keep saying that I never appealed my commitment.
Yeah, I'm reading that now.
Yeah, but when you get to the last page, very end, 19 to 20, he says that because I didn't challenge it, it's not preserved on record. What the fuck's that habeas corpus?
Yeah.
You know where it paused in there earlier when Bumgard was like, "Well, my attorney's trying to holler at me,"
Mm-hmm.
and they paused it. They had a whole off the record discussion about that habeas corpus of why I couldn't bring it in and everything else.
So that had to deal with, they said it should have been appealed after you were deemed competent or something.
Well, here's the thing. No, I was. I appealed it while I was going through the process.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're a forensic psychologist. You know the law. There's three. Uh, there's three 90-day periods that they do an evaluation on. Sharks wouldn't let me file an appeal. I had to fight like hell to get the paperwork to do it. I had to threaten my lawyer and everything else to get him to send me some of the paperwork.
Yeah, I just read that where they wouldn't allow you to do that.
Yeah, and when I finally filed the habeas corpus, then all of a sudden they didn't want to have the habeas corpus heard. Well, you read the habeas corpus. I talked about how they falsified evidence just to get me arrested to begin with. And if not a single one of my accusations is true, then what would it hurt to put that habeas corpus up there and bring this shit out to light? Them covering it up makes them look guilty. Why go through all this charade to cover it up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did cover sheets for everything, all of it. And like one of the legal definitions I have in there, or one of the legal quotes I have in there from the Fourth Circuit, restoration of something not taken is a definitional impossibility. How can I have my gun rights restored when they were never taken?
Mhm.
So I'm one of my things that I'm appealing on is the feds never had jurisdiction. Then they got jurisdiction by falsifying evidence through Gilfisham. Then they knowingly violated Gigolo and Brady by using false testimony and false information to convict. Then the fourth thing, I'm accusing the judge of everything, of allowing it to go down. I don't know if you've got to it or not yet, but there's a quote in there. It's not sealed, so I didn't put it online. I didn't give a fuck. That was where I went back. That's why I was telling you I had it uploaded before I got in there while I was walking in when they violated me this time. Where Judge Berger said that my lawyer couldn't get around her making a ruling that they couldn't admit that habeas corpus as evidence. Well, if he never made a motion for this, how can you make a ruling that he does anything? That's basically Judge Berger admitting to being the kingpin in a conspiracy depriving him of due process rights. Like I said, they disrupted a $25 million lawsuit. That means under the RICO, because you can use RICO on conspiracy, doesn't have to be an actual mob name or anything else. It just has to be a group of people together. Under RICO, they now owe me $75 million.
Mhm.
And at $1,000 a day, the feds spend having you locked up. Well, even I want it even for every day I spent in a halfway house. Even the days I violated, I was on a strict for 33 days. I'll take that $1,000, but you can just chalk it up to 3,000 a day under RICO.
Now, this is, to me, is important. He didn't get in the mental institution because the doctor said so. He got in because the judge ordered it.
Yeah, based off the doctor's uh, report that was a product of a violation of state code.
Mhm.
It's a violation of United States versus Leon. Fruit of the poisonous tree. Every possible U.S. Supreme Court case that could be violated, they violated in this case. They get mad when I put shit online. It's the only thing I got. It's the only weapon I got is to expose them. You know what I mean? All these people have this fantasy thinking there. They try to make it out like I'm going to go on like some kind of crazy shooting spree and play Rambo.
Mhm.
But there's more of them than there is of me. And there's guys in there just as well trained as I am. Some of them more. And guess what? I'm old. I need shoulder surgery, knee surgery, back surgery.
Here, right here says the ATA staff agent said that we've done the background check. We didn't get anything.
Right. The cop check. They didn't get anything because my lawyer had brought it up. That I went and got the background check instead of trying to go around it to buy a gun illegally. But depending on what portion that is, there's a certain line in there where they make a whole comment about fucking, well, you heard from Trooper Gilbertson, it doesn't include this. So what's that one? Because page 41, line or whatever, is that one little section. There's the rest of it, but there's that. See, this is what he's quoting that Trooper. He told you doesn't to an institution doesn't come back in the background check. If by federal statute it prohibits anyone who's prohibited under 922G or 922N, and I'm charged with 922G4, he just lied. The whole thing was a fucking charade.
Looks like you knew more about it than Gilkerson, because when you come back to get the gun, you made a comment, I figured you'd be back. You knew that he didn't know that you were prohibited, and apparently you knew.
No, I didn't. No. I said I figured he'd come back. Look, I have had at that point years, over a decade, of run-ins with the cops. Hell, there's the police report. He ran the background check from that and then gave me the gun back because nothing turned up that I was prohibited. I didn't know that I was prohibited. I'm not fucking prohibited. The fact of the matter is, I figured he'd be back because I figured I was going to get harassed by the cops again.
No, okay, but the ATF guy said that Gilkerson in the beginning there done the right thing, and then his boss told him to come back.
It wasn't his boss. It was ATF agent Bullard.
Oh, is that who told him? Well, he mentioned Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens.
DA
Well,
Stevens.
Stevens is the chief of police in Raynell.
Okay.
Okay, so the ATF called the chief of police in Raynell, told them that they needed to get in contact with Gilkerson. Stephen gets in contact with Gilkerson. There's a conversation in the police report between Gilkerson and Bullard that is never mentioned, but supposedly this was done somewhere through official channels. If it is, then that means there's a recording. That means either Bullard lied to Gilkerson or Gilkerson conspired with Bullard to arrest me, to bring up falsified evidence, trumped up charges, and lying to court. Either way, Gilkerson's a state trooper. Guess who's in charge of the mental health registry and reporting it to the National Instant Background Check System? The state police. So you gonna tell me a state trooper doesn't know what the fuck goes into that thing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to being harassed by the cops. If I see a cop and he's cool that one time I meet him, I'm used to seeing him again and he's an asshole. I don't like nor trust anything with a badge. I'm sorry, it's just experience.
I'm getting to that place.
And like I said, if they want to disarm me, it's because I feel that my life is in danger. So Fourth Circuit can deal with this part. They kick it back to Judge Berger. We're back to my original motion. And it's like this. I will appeal on every little thing that I was asked for. And here's where I even mentioned the thing about the habeas corpus being filed.
Mm-hmm.
But no one wanted to talk about it. In fact, Judge Berger told me I wasn't allowed to mention it or the conditions of my commitment. All of which was exculpatory evidence or should have been. I wasn't given a fair trial. I was given a fucking a puppet show. Now, according to the U.S. Supreme Court in a 1979 case, when a bunch of communists plotted to overthrow the U.S. government, they said that as long as we have fair and impartial trials before fair and impartial juries, then you have no reason to overthrow the government. Every condition that is required to take them out, to declare war on the United States government, is met in my case.
Now, is Mr. Lowe still your attorney?
No, he was the prosecutor.
He was the prosecutor.
I think he might be involved in
Who's your
this
attorney now?
charge. Right now on this, I'm representing myself.
Oh, okay. I guess Mrs. Berger's here telling you, I know that Mr. Bungard and Mr. Campbell have advised you of that, and I want to caution you not to get into those matters that I rule inadmissible.
Yeah.
That's Ms. Berger?
Anything that could have been used in my defense. I had three possible defenses. None of those three defenses were permitted in court. One was the feds lacked jurisdiction. State code. That state law did not prohibit me. Now, see, they could have took away my gun rights at my hearing to have me temporarily committed to sharps. Because you don't have to go through the final commitment process. They can deem you, take away your gun rights the moment they decide to send you up to sharps. But in order to do so, they have to duly notify you. The legal definition of duly notified means that I have to be informed by the court. So it either had to been at my hearing, so we need a transcript that shows that they told me I'm not supposed to have any guns, or it has to be in the court order. that they say that I'm not supposed to have any guns. None of those were there, which goes back to the jurisdiction thing. Then you have the second issue, which is that my commitment was in violation of state and federal law. It falls under the thing for fraudulent legal filing and fraudulent legal proceedings. First time's a misdemeanor. Every subsequent time because of that first time becomes a felony. So they committed multiple felonies that sent me to the psych ward rather than go against the evidence that was there. In fact, remember me telling you that I had already put stuff online that they were trying to cover up years ago? Mm-hmm. There's a recording, Kangaroo Courts of Raleigh County, where Pat Lamp gets up there because my lawyer wouldn't say it, so he had me to get up and say it. Well, I volunteered to get up and say it. When I addressed the court about the second search warrant mentioned on the child porn arrest warrant, why do you need a second search warrant for evidence you already possess? Except when I tried to track it down, I was told by the forensics lab they don't have any computers. They don't have anything that they were looking for any kind of terrorism. So if they didn't get that, then, what do they got? I went through this whole case laying out every single part of this. And if you look, see that sealed where it's document 179-11? Mm-hmm. This was part of the evidence I sent to Judge Berger about my case being fucked up, that she knew about it. Yeah. That's why it's all underlined.
No, this says this was a BB gun.
No, I was carrying a BB gun. It was a Red Ryder BB gun. When Rainelle flooded, a buddy of mine found it, tried to fix it, couldn't get it to work. My mom wanted to turn it into a lamp. Remember the Christmas thing? You'll shoot your eye out. Well, mom wanted to turn it into a lamp and try to sell it. Get a lamp kit for it and try to sell it. So I went and got the BB gun. I was walking back with the BB gun. I got called by my god sister, and I was talking to her over Facebook Messenger, the video thing for it. Some old guy sees me and says there's a guy in a trench coat filming himself and calls the police. So when Gilgerson stopped me, I had a gun on me. There was no reason for me to try to fucking pull a gun and go out and shooting or any stupid shit like that. Fucking the way the guy was looking at me, it wouldn't have surprised me if a cop did get called. I kind of was expecting that on the way up here. So when I turned around and he told me to, cooperate, I did. When he asked if I had a gun on me, I told him I had a weapon on me. He ran the background check number and it said I bought it from the gun store, literally across the parking lot from where we were at. So I'm kind of in this state right now where it's like, what's going on? Everyone tells me I shouldn't feel the way I do about the cops, but how can I not when this shit keeps happening?
Yeah, over and over and over.
17 years of this bullshit. Even at the federal level, it's bullshit. I leave no wiggle room for these people. None at all. I'm going to plug my phone up. But, yeah, so I got to get a new one. This one's old as shit and it fucking fucks up a lot. But yeah. unsealed letters to Judge Berger. There's all that case law I was telling you about.
Yeah. So how long will it take then? This is sealed.
Yeah, Judge Berger sealed it.
How long will it take for the Fourth Circuit to get back to you?
I do not know.
They'll have to fit this into their agenda.
Well, they actually gave me a little bit of extra time to file this. In addition to my original filing. In fact, I wrote them a letter and I accused Dylan of violating me just to cover this up because he only violated me. Uh, he was flabbergasted and completely discerned about me pointing out that I put about those sealed letters to Judge Berger. And he asked about what I put online, which was some of what I had already put online, and I showed him. They wanted to violate me for it. They could. I'd have fought it in court all the way. I'd have took it to the Fourth Circuit just so those letters would keep coming up, and they'd have to be unsealed, resealed in the Fourth Circuit, everything, just to get it brought up that she knew about this. Just so I get up there and testify that she knew about this.
Now, educate me here. Did you put any of the sealed information online? Or,
yeah.
Okay, so you did put some of that online.
Look, I put all the letters, all the sealed letters, I put online when I was in prison up in New Jersey.
I was getting ready to say if it was not the sealed information, then it really wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Well, I had already put. I put some of it up again while I was down here. I don't really give a fuck. I put some of it up when I was up in Jersey. Jersey's the Third Circuit. The Third Circuit says that if you put sealed information out in the public domain, they just unseal it. Well, the stuff is sealed in the Fourth Circuit, so they can't unseal it. And if the BOP wanted to charge me up in New Jersey, they'd have to charge me under the Third Circuit. The Third Circuit wasn't going to do shit. So I knew I was right there in this legal gray area that I could slide through at. Only thing I put up was copies of the pictures of what I already put online before. So everything's already here. The hell do I care? You can't get me for putting up a copy of a picture from off of another website onto another website. It's already in the public domain. And if you want to charge me for it, guess what? I was in the Third Circuit. I'm outside your jurisdiction. Suck a dick, Irene. Can't touch me. And the Fourth Circuit wasn't going to do anything, or it would have been up to the BOP. And the BOP wasn't going to do anything because we're in the Third Circuit, and the Third Circuit would have just unsealed it. And it's like this. It's a gray area in the Fourth. Preamble to the Bill of Rights. Certain declaratory clauses should be added to protect against misconstruction and abuse of government power. Well, of its power, referring to the Constitution's powers. So, in order to ratify the Constitution, they had to add those first 10 amendments. What's that First Amendment? Oh, yeah, freedom of speech, freedom of press.
That's what I'm looking at. You know, if it wasn't sealed stuff, then he couldn't say anything.
Well, he really can't. I was all done outside of his jurisdiction. I was under the BOP in the Third Circuit. I know where my gray areas are. Look, I would love to sit here and play the the ninja mastermind game that I've played so many times with these guys online to just fuck with their heads. But I have no control over COVID. I had no control over going to Jersey to the Third Circuit because of COVID. I had no control over being put somewhere with where in some cases there was more cell phones than people around.
Now,
I thank God for all that.
Was you incarcerated in New Jersey when you filed that?
When I filed this?
In the Third Circuit?
This? No. I was in Jersey when I filed my original. I was in Ohio when I filed my supplemental brief to my direct appeal. I was in Jersey when I filed my intent to do a 2255, and then that didn't show up, which gets to an interesting thing because I mentioned this in here. Don't know if you came across it or not, but the clerk in the Kanawha County Federal Courthouse is Eugenia Berger. I wonder if she's in relation to Irene Berger because it was sent to the federal clerk in Kanawha County, but they say they didn't get it. So now they're hiring time barred to keep all the evidence from coming out, which is where McQuiggan's versus Perkins and all this other stuff comes in at, because actual innocence is a stamped against time barred. That was a U.S. Supreme Court ruling. So that's what gets me back to my first two issues of whether or not access to state law should be considered new evidence in light of federal statute 18 U.S.C. 927. I didn't have access to state law until I got to the halfway house in Clarksburg.
Well, that's interesting that a burger lady works as a clerk.
Not really. I mean, look, you have this is not personal experience. You have cops, judges, and prosecutors who are related to their snitches. All right. You have people who are repeat offenders who get a slap on the wrist because they're an informant for a cop who, fuck, I'll give you a good example. I'll take Susan Brown. She was the woman who took the fall for the 15 months worth of missing drug evidence out of the Beckley evidence locker. Well, two people had access to it, her and Shoemate, chief of detectives. Shoemate retires. All right, once before this last thing that Trump filed, before that, if you're a cop and you were being under investigation and then you quit, that investigation on you stopped. So Shoemate retires, the investigation on Shoemate stops. Susan Brown, who's married to a cop and is Judge Hutchison's daughter, takes the fall. She gets fired from the Beckley Police Department as a clerk, gets a job as a paralegal working for another lawyer. Her daddy goes to court and requests that Judge Faber be lenient on her. Now, anyone else who has destroyed evidence in any kind of criminal case has faced harsh prison sentence, been locked up for a little bit. Instead, Faber says, "Well, it's enough to embarrass you," and gives her a year of drug rehab and probation. There's rumors running around Beckley all over the place that fucking Hutchison and Faber and all of them are on the take. I just happen to have evidence in my legal case. And all this shit's going through the Fourth Circuit. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I think I was looking at it from the nepotism side, but I understand what you're saying.
And this is what happens. This is what I've seen happen firsthand. You have one cop, his nephew, cousin, brother, whatever, is a fucking drug dealer. All right, the cop is busting the competition for that drug dealer, turning around, and a bunch of the drug evidence doesn't show up. You get caught with a pound of cocaine, and you only say you had an ounce, enough to say that you were intending to sell. But the rest of it goes to that family member who goes and sells it and splits the money with the cop.
Yeah.
The entire system is fucked up. I've just seen it from both ends because I spent a lot of time around a bunch of cops when I was in the 304th MPs out of Bluefield. So I've seen good cops and I've seen bad cops. The problem is you can't do shit about the bad cops because there's more of them than what there are the good cops. And the good cops aren't going to step up because what's going to happen? The next motherfucker's going to turn around and kill them, and it's going to be somebody else's little informant, or they're going to pass it off on some other guy. Most times, cops don't even arrest the guy who kills a cop; they just shoot him dead, or whoever they're going to blame for it.
Yeah. I've heard even locally where they've let cops take the fall and get killed. Uh, you know.
Right. So here's my point: if the cops are no different than a criminal gang, if the courts and the judges are no different than fucking the goddamn mob, then why don't we just let the mob run shit? I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure if we let the mob run shit, I could go to a fucking mobster and be like, look, man, this guy's on the take. He's doing this. He's fucking you out of your money. He's my problem. I want my problem removed, but he's fucking you out of your money. That guy's gonna get some cement shoes, fucking whatever, and the problem's going to be fixed. I have more faith in criminals than I do in the police. That's the part that scares me.
And you make a good point too. Yeah, the mob would take action.
Yeah, there's a story they tell in Japan about a woman, a dude slipped a woman a roofie in a bar. She went outside, asked for help. The cops ignored her. A Yakuza guy, and I realize Yakuza is different from fucking mob out here, but the Italians and the Yakuza kind of remind me of each other. They're very orderly, they're very structured, they have their codes. The Yakuza guy takes this woman, puts her in a cab, pays the cab driver to fucking take her to the hospital, and pays him to stay there, find out what's wrong with her, and to call him back. Meanwhile, he starts going bar to bar to bar, wanting to see the surveillance videos because the bars pay the Yakuza for protection. 2 weeks later, the guy who slipped her a roofie, black and blue, shows up and turns himself into the police. Because if you're fucking with the bar, you're fucking with our money. We don't want we don't want the attention. Case closed. So you got a choice: turn yourself into the police, tell them what you did, or disappear.
Yeah. They highly respect the mob. Yeah.
You know, we don't want to kill you because it just draws too much attention to everything else, but we will unless you turn yourself in. All right, I'll do it. Same thing with the Korean mob. Same thing with the Italians that I've been around. You, why is it these people who are criminals have moral compasses that are straighter than the supposed protectors and the cops and the judges and everything else? It makes no sense to me.
Well, I hope this brings some resolution for you. I don't know how long it'll take to get there, but hopefully they'll deal with this for you.
Oh, it'll get there.
But then if they kick it back to Burger, you're going to be dealing with it for several more years because they'll drag it out and drag it out.
No, she won't. Because here's the thing: once it's kicked back to her, they're going to kick it back with you solve it this way. We made a rule. If they rule in my favor, they got to kick it back to her. I'm either getting a new trial or they're going to overturn the case and then get my gun rights back. Okay. When it gets back to her, it gets to the original motion that I filed to her. So guess what? I want you to rule on that original motion. I want everything I asked for. I want a federal court order saying I'm to be armed at all times on state and federal property, only to relinquish my weapon to a federal warrant. I want to be able to walk into the fucking courthouse strapped up with a fucking assault rifle and body armor to pay a parking ticket because the feds say so, and fuck every. If not, call the marshals. I'm. I want that. Otherwise, fuck it. Just leave me the fuck alone. If shit goes down, fuck it. Let it go down. I don't care. You want to make me out to be a crazy man and a cop killer and make me out to be fucking completely insane. I want you to give me a justifiable order that says I'm to be armed in any way I see fit. That I'm to do anything I see fit to defend myself. And then you know what? I'm gonna sit there and I might act up a little bit. I might, make a show of carrying the guns or whatever for a little while. But here's what's gonna happen. I ain't gonna do a damn thing. I ain't gonna go off. I ain't gonna be crazy. I ain't shooting nothing up. I just want to be left the fuck alone.
You can get your rights back.
No, I don't want my rights back. I'm tired of being treated like a mental illness. I'm tired of all this bullshit. So I want you to say, I'm to be strapped up like the fucking Punisher. I could walk around with an M60 like Rambo. Red headband and shirt off with my fucking abs all gone, whatever. Fucking my little pasty ass blinding everybody. I want you to put me in a position that I can do all the crazy shit you say I ever wanted to do. So I won't do it. So every day that I don't go off, every day I don't go on a shooting spree, every day that all this crazy shit doesn't happen, that you guys have fucking labeled and thrown at me and falsified evidence on for the last 17 fucking years, we can sit back and say, well, he didn't go crazy today. He didn't go crazy now. And you know what? A week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, it might not seem that important. But 5, 10 years down the road makes a point.
Mhm.
And if she doesn't give me everything I asked for, guess what? Well, I can appeal that too. And we're going to keep bringing up those letters and every violation and every lie that she's put forth from the state the in this federal court hearing. Fucking Whittemore, the goddamn dude who wore the wire on me. I don't have the transcript in this. It was included in the other motion. We have this whole. They tell him not to leave me and not to ask me questions. Just let me talk on my own. First thing he says to me, classic good cop. Man, I don't know if I can trust you. I think you mentioned, see there where I mentioned it. And you know what I told him? Don't trust me, I'm a liar. Then he does a complete 180. That told me everything I needed to know. If you tell me, if we're criminals, and we're to be involved in some sort of criminal activity, or even discuss some kind of criminal activity, and you say to me, man, I can't trust you. My response is, don't trust me, I'm a liar. Then common sense is going to tell you to walk the fuck away. But when you do a reverse 180, when you sit there and lead me and keep saying things and keep saying things and keep trying to twist me around to get me to say something you can use, you just violated federal law. You just violated U.S. Supreme Court rulings because now you're working towards entrapment. So they use the entrapment evidence. They use, yeah, sure, I said whatever I said towards the end. But I also scared the living fuck out of him, which is why I think Kristen Keller fell for it. Because I mentioned to Whittemore what I wanted him to hear. I told him it was a black hole. This whole situation is a black hole. I'm in it. Berger's in it now. The Fourth Circuit's in it because whatever the Fourth Circuit rules, if they don't rule in my favor, I go to the U.S. Supreme Court. If the U.S. Supreme Court doesn't even pick the case up, then as far as anyone's concerned, an entire 1/3 of the branch of the U.S. government has protected pedophilia, child trafficking, drug running, gun running, fucking corruption, criminality within the police force and the courts, kidnapping, and everything else. All these people that want to kill cops, judges, and prosecutors, they got a perfect case to do it. I don't got to do a damn thing. What was it Ben Franklin said? The pen is mightier than the sword. Even when I was sending these letters to Berger, I had this in plan. I had this whole thing worked out in my head. Every step I took, even playing along with the bullshit advice I got through fucking what's it, Vanguard, stuff that I was questionable about. I went ahead and played along like I trusted this motherfucker, just so I could let them think I'm taking the bait and going along with it. It's like this. How's that saying go? It's better the devil you know than the devil you don't know.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, here's the thing. It's like this, Jim. Congratulations. I'm the devil you don't know. The whole time you think this is the person you've written me up to be. This is the paper fucking tiger that you've created. This is what you want. They want me to pop off. They want me to kill people. They want me to do this crazy shit. Haven't done it for 17 years. If I wanted to do it, I'd have done did it. No, no, no. Hell, if I wanted to do it, me being able to legally own a gun wouldn't amount to shit. I get one off the street illegally.
Well, they want you to do it so they can say, I told you so.
Right. And here's the thing. Me not doing it, you took everything away from me. And me not doing it is the one thing you haven't taken away from me because you haven't taken away my free will, my ability to make a choice. But I will damn sure expose you for who the fuck you are. And as far as those sealed letters go, I got fucking copies of them things. I done mailed out to people in different states. However, I mailed a copy to South Africa. Fucking cost me $23. Yeah, I got people in Australia that got copies of it. I have people that have downloaded it online and spread it around.
What are you going to do if you win this thing?
If I win this, then I'm suing Agent Bullard and Trooper Dilkerson and every other cop involved in this motherfucker.
Individual.
No, I'm suing them all together under RICO.
Okay.
I'm hitting everyone whose name was dropped on this paperwork who showed up at Raleigh with Phil Elmore. I'm hitting them under RICO. They can all take it, pay me a chunk of that $80 million or almost $80 million they're going to owe me by statute.
You go buy you a place over in where's Tiger Woods go over there in that rich country.
No, no, I'm gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm gonna buy me some little fucking spot on top of a mountain, set up my own personal survivalist school, paramilitary boot camp, and I'm going to fucking raise an army right the fuck here in West Virginia. I wanted to leave years ago, and they kept me tied down here with all this shit, putting me in a position where I'm forced further and further to fucking clear my name. You didn't want me to leave when I wanted to go. Now I'm gonna be here and be a fucking pain in your ass.
You'd have plenty of volunteers for that school.
I got plenty of them now. And the best part, the way that since I went to prison and got around people that run businesses and stuff, I set up a network marketing program where all I got to do is rubber stamp with some veteran who's been through better training than me for like Ranger School and everything else. And all I have to do at that point is just rubber stamp it. Congratulations, you're an instructor. Here's the books.
See, what have I got with you here? How many times have I seen you this month?
3, I think. This will be the third one. See, I was over here Thursday. You see me last week. I know that.
The 18th.
And you see me a week before that because it's when we started setting everything up. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see me on the 9th.
Okay, so you're weekly. You done called me and told me you're weekly.
Yeah.
You sent a thing to her, so we need to get you back in here. I've got you for today. We need to get you back in here one day next week.
Okay.
Can you come? What day is good for you?
Anytime before, I guess, about now, as far as time goes.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday's good.
What time's good?
What time was this scheduled for today?
You come in around 11.
11.
Well, I've got let's see, after 11 work.
Yeah, like I said, I've